Stan Jabalisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations, with a little story about my years at W1AW, or should I say a little episode that took place during what I called the winter of viruses, when I was laid up with the flu 5 times. That was laid up in bed with it away from work. I probably had it more times than that, because I remember climbing that 120-foot tower to the 90-foot level to work on the 3-element 40-meter Yagi they had there at that time. The temperature was about 0 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind was about 25 to 35, maybe gusts to 40 miles an hour. I just climbed that tower and made sure that the safety belt was well fastened to the tower, and that I didn't look down because I had a temperature of about 101 degrees. That is a fever. But I had to go up and work on that antenna, and back in those days, it was the W1AW operator whose responsibility it was to climb that tower when necessary. I guess they didn't realize the liability issues then. They do now, and they hired that work done out. But I went up there and I did that work, and I obviously didn't forget to fasten that safety belt properly every time. You know, you're a little woozy when your temperature is 101 degrees inside your body. And I didn't look down, and I didn't fall down. I didn't forget that I had got to keep holding on to that tower. Some guy, I guess, had called me a wuss, and I just went up there to demonstrate to him that I was some kind of a wuss who goes up and does that. Only fools do things like that, but certainly not wusses. Anyway, whatever the rest of the detail may be, I don't recall, except that the 40-meter Yagi was working properly at the end of that ordeal. Stan Jabalisco, W1GV, the call sign that I got when they were issuing 2-letter calls back in those days, and I happened to live in New England, and everybody at ARRL headquarters was doing it. Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations, now back in the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of amateur radio.